Nope. We're going to have we're going to have a great time. The reason we're going to have a great time is it's Friday and I've got a special guest. It's Hecklefish. Hecklefish is hilarious because he does a pretty good job selling and promoting.
I will be a strict but fair lord of these lands, and my serfs will come to idolize me.
When we have Hecklefish doing our sales pitches for us, we're going to be in danger of Hecklefish doing our sales and selling for us. That's called outsourcing distribution. This video is about being funny because we're allowed one adjustment. You see, as men, sometimes our giggleberries need to be reorganized. Therefore, we're going to need to reach between our legs and adjust. We're allowed a quick adjustment. We're not allowed to permanently go down in there and stay in there because that's called lewd acts. Are we talking about adjusting our penis because it's tucked in incorrectly? We are. That's why we're dropping jokes within being hilarious. Jake Taylor likes to announce, "Hey Larry, I'm back." Hey Jake, what did you learn? Hit the like button. Hit hit the hit the bank account to flip it into the on position. Last video, what was significant? Last video, what was amazing? I have amazing news for you, but why don't you type and I'll talk and we'll let people trickle in because it's Friday, Friday, Friday. Wipe out the next 90 minutes, turn off your second screen, turn off your third screen, turn off everything else because Jake Taylor, 650, this is me. Write this down. Get 10 sheets of clean paper because I forgot something that you just reminded me of. 650 283 8008. 283, area code 650 283 8008. Did you get it? Text me, and this next 90 minutes will be the most significant Friday because it'll morph right into February 1 through February 3rd. Berkshire Hathaway is not only going to survive, it's going to massively thrive because it's a snowball rolling down a hill, massive cash positions waiting for a crash, which will not come until 2027. We have limited time to make limitless money. Did you text me? Why are you moving so slowly? Let me guess. You're from Florida or Pittsburgh or some kind of armpit. Ohio? No, West Virginia. East Virginia. The other Virginia that's not the good Virginia. I was close. My God. Stop asking dumb questions. My God. Hold your horses before the wagon wheels fall off. What are we doing? It's an order. It's not drop in way more comments. There's a sequence to it. Are you 5'4"? Are you 5'4"? Because you're talking like you're below 6'1". Did you text me already or no? See, the way that you're talking is both of them could hit $2 million. You'll still be poor. That's the problem. Is that hilarious? It is to me because I'm waiting on you. You see, we were jumping the gun, we being everybody in here, because Web 12 is jumping the gun. What does jumping the gun mean? I'm giving you a lightsaber and you don't even know where your penis is. I'm giving a Native American access to Larry Chang, who pretty much looks Indian, right? And then the Indian tribes are like, no, 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 no. We want to stay in civil war. The round eye, he's not going to take over our land. And then guess what? I fucking told you so. Because the answer to your question is this: both of them are going to hit $1 million. You're still going to be poor because because Web 12. Friday funnies. Let's be hilarious. We can be hilarious because hi, Larry ass. HiLarryAss. Did he just say the fuck word? It's not hi Larry fuck, it's hi Larry ass. Altogether, it's HiLarryAss. Before we started, we were doing pre-gaming. How are we pre-gaming, Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club? By doing some Web 0 work at 650 283 8008. That's only for Jake. That's only for Jake. All y'all who are not Jake, you can have Web 0, which is email, but only if you listen for 90 minutes without interruption, taking minimum 6 pages of notes. Why? Because I'm the one who coined Web 3, Web 4, Web 5, and Web 12, yet I don't think maybe one person out of 40 are on track to make 600K. Someone in this room is going to somehow watch other people do well. Their name is Jake Taylor. What do I mean by watching other people do well? I mean asking the right questions, being attentive, and then, oh, one bad question, you lose all of your money. Let me repeat that joke because it's hilarious even when I have to explain it. And that is this: when you ask good questions, you're full of promise, you're full of hope. You ask more good questions, you're doing really well at Harvard, Princeton, Stanford. And then you graduate and you're like, oh, I don't have a job. That would be the state of Princeton, Harvard, and Stanford, not Stanford. Why? Because you didn't watch enough Larry Chang videos, because you don't ask sequentially better and better questions. You said the bad question, which was, oh, I've seen Larry Chang videos. They're okay. You don't think they're amazing? I think they're okay. Oh, let's check in. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that pays off in 7 or 6 ways, which is booyah, you are now jobless. Harvard, booyah, you asked the wrong question. You could say, I need a certain brand of hat, but then that's the only brand that you know. Tell me 2 more cowboy hat brands, and I will let you treat me to 1 gift card. That's the only brand you know? I knew it. This is why we're calling people out, but this isn't the video, which it is. Why is Larry Chang so hard on me? Which is day number 11, hashtag 26 days. "26 days of 26 days of Grok 4 hashtag." First person to put this hashtag in the chat gets to send me a gift card for $15 to Amazon. Hashtag 26 days of Grok 4 ducking BK. Oh, good job. It's a resistol. It's a resistol. 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 Why is it the rich people get richer? Oh, it's because when smart people and smart people hang out, the smarter person gets smarter. When rich people hang out with richer people, guess who gets richer? The richer person. That's just why Duck D's is running circles around you. Adam, no more videos for you, buddy. No more videos for you. Your website is still reading 2K. Or you will dump the thing for 2K and just say 2K was a pretty good 6 minutes worth of work. Neil, you're selling it for 2K. You're selling it for 2K. Jake, are you still here? Adam, Neil. Your code word is Adam. Neil, consent. Say, I consent to you calling me Adam. My name is Neil. Parentheses. Consent? Say consent. Hey, Garen, I was going to time you out for being a robot. I was going to also mitigate you because I throw people in a timeout pretty inadvertently and advertently. But instead, I'm feeling generous. Co-moderators, I bumped up Garin, talk to my titty moderator. Neil, put the baby down. Put the baby down, okay? Put the baby down. Turn off your CNBC, which is, by the way, for losers. Jake, we're about to do something amazing with Adam Neal. Because someone thinks that going to Omaha for Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, without Charlie Munger or Warren Buffett is going to be a waste of time. We are connecting 3 things. To Cody, to Cody, to Cody. I knew it. To Cody, Garen Tacoity. God, I knew it. I thought it was one of those names that you say, such as HiLarryAss Chang. In fact, that's a really good name. Hi Chang. Oh, we came up with a new word. It's called something genius. Today is day 14 of hashtag 26 days of Grok 4 ducking bankruptcy. Duck D's, I feel like I haven't been paying attention to you enough. Hey, Duck D's, are you going to come to Omaha with us? Like Aaron, but with an A? I said Aaron with an A, didn't I? Or is it Garen? Garen Takoidi. Jake Taylor, you're executing like you're in quicksand, covered in vagina, dating 7 girls a week before Thursday. Like the weekend isn't even here, and I can literally sense you drowning in vaginal mucus. Where is the phone? Text. Did you text? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ryan, are you a robot? You text or you texted? That timeout, it's a test. Come back when you can prove to us. Sorry. Prove to us you're not a robot. Yeah. Talk like a not robot. We're not women unless we are women, in which case we don't have one words. Yeah. We're gonna do something better than a timeout. Stop begging for attention. So, Neil, Jake, oh, we're about to get more Web 5. We're about to do something amazing. Johnny Spumoni has chimed in. Notice how cream rises, where we're not even 20 minutes in and everyone's ready to go on a 90-minute journey 20 minutes in. You really have to fucking focus. You know what? Fucking focus. You're really going to need to fucking focus. Can we stop dropping the homo innuendo and effing focus? Let's go. This is the kind of coffee I like to drink. It's called hashtag 26 days of Grok 4 ducking BK. That's the next thing that you're doing when you're chatty Kathy is hashtag 26 days of Grok 4 ducking bankruptcy. Bro, how's it okay? I don't know about you think everyone says something in your stream, but it makes me mad. I'm sorry. I'm not stubborn, dumb, and think people are bought. But you can see how that is us hanging out together. No subscribe required. Definitely not needing a like. Let's hashtag 26 days of Grok 4 ducking BK. No. Let's not moderate each other, which is right out of my agenda. We're doing Web 2 right now, and that's not good. We're consuming social media. That's not good, but this is different social media. This is Web 12. What is Web 12? It's Web 2, but with consequences. It's Web 2, but with a positive outcome. It's Web 2 with focusing on what I'm talking about, not thinking that it's punishment. It's punishing the weak part of our brain. So it's not punishing all of our brain equally, it's just punishing the weak part. Because what Web 2 is trying to do to us is it's trying to get us to be like consumers going into debt, where we've been able to ratchet back our spending. We don't eat out nearly as much as we used to. That now is going to take place on Web 2. Who's with me? Because Web 2 could be a shithole of shit eating attention. Would you like to learn more about politics? For me, no, thank you. Would you like another angle on the Charlie Kirk self deletion? No, thank you. Would you like some more conspiracy theory without the commensurate theorem? That's why I'm on the Larry Chang channel. This video feels like it's about to be amazing. You're not as lost as Jake is, because what we're doing right now is setting a goal for these next 68 minutes, which is within Web 2, aka social media. We're going to go from consumers, fat, tax slave, wage slave consumers. I don't know what that emoji is. Just talk like you're a human, which is we're going to go from eaters at the trough to makers and builders. What are we building with? Larry, are we going to need to invest? It feels like I'm ready to invest. All I need you to do to invest is invest your attention and invest some ink. And you don't even need to invest paper. You could just write on existing paper, such as your unopened credit card bills that you refuse to open because you're like, oh, well, that burrito I did 4 easy payments on, I'll never pay that back. True story. Buy here, pay here, Max Levchin. Hey, Jake Taylor, you're not moderating. Now you're moderating. You're not moderating other people. You're moderating yourself, because here's your problem, Jake Taylor. You're Web 2ing it too much. Web 2 is talking trash to other robots who may or may not be a robot. Who's here watching and not liking? Who? Because once you like yourself, you will like your next 62 minutes, 67 minutes. This is why. Oh, somebody doesn't know what Web 0 is. Web 0, or Jake, I'm going to remind you what Web 0 is, but you have to tell me. So, flipping, this is what I'm talking about. I'm stuck on point 1. Web 12 is where we go from eating other people's bullshit. Oh, the clouds have spray in it. The government's trying to kill me with weather changing aluminum, particulate, bromium, and stromium, where you see an airplane and it flies by, and then now that's endless chit chat for retarded people. Ditto flat earth. Flat earth propagandists, they're trying to get you to be angry and then share their content, which is look, this person thinks that the earth is flat. That's all Web 2. Web 0 is, can you send me a text message? Jake successfully sent me a text message. Now we are propagating forward with another small mistake that Jake made, which is not a mistake, but it is. It's who opens their credit card bill? Don't we get things electronically? Yes. And we're going to send some mail to piss on property in Omaha. Why do we pee on property? Are we a big Australian shepherd? Yes, because sheep pee on themselves when there's a predator coming around. That's what sheep do. They pee on themselves. They act like sheep to slaughter. We are going to be Australian shepherds. We are not wolves, okay? We are not wolves. We are not wolves yet. Later, sure. There you go. Johnny chiming in perfectly. Johnny, you're not poor because you're temporarily poor. You're poor because you've only watched 0.6 Larry Chang videos. Ditto Harvard, graduating without a job. 5 more Larry Chang videos would have helped you get a job. Here's a teaser, no pressure. How to speak at any conference as a person who's unemployed. That was a video on day 12. And I'm going to say this hashtag again. This is your tuition. This is your payment. If you've never paid a tuition, what you do is you attend a school, the school lets you in, and then they're like, hey, look, pay me in advance, pay me this thing called tuition. It's okay that you've never paid a tuition. It's okay. This is you paying tuition to be here. And that's this. Here's your tuition. You ready? You have to write this in the comments. Hashtag 26 days of Grok 4 ducking BK. Your groceries making you go bankrupt. Your Web 2 habits causing you to go bankrupt. Web 2 designed to make you go bankrupt. Do you ever see Instagram where those people are showing off how wealthy they are? I'm going to explain what's going on within a Web 12, Web 4, period, Web 4 again, period, and Web 4 in Omaha, June 1, June 2, and June 3. Jake and Neil, are you still here? The money that we're using to make money is about to be made in the next 62 minutes. I hope you pay attention to this because there is no archived version to this. This is what we're doing. Stop saying budget. Stop talking so much. Stop. You stop too. Interest rates are low, maybe lowered again. Consolidated debt and one payment, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No, we're not talking about deeply understood credit knowledge. And fuck no, dude. Like, that's stop. All that I'm going to answer by saying fucking read fucking Ultimate Credit Handbook by Jerry Detweiler because you're just talking, okay? This is not a book club where we're reading from the book of Larry Chang, where some of us have read a little bit, but we all talk equally in egalitarian fashion with no accountability. Where I raise my hand, I'm like, why are all the people who didn't read the book talking? Right? Ultimate Credit Handbook. I'll let you figure out who the author is. This is the problem of Web 2 and Web 12. Not that we ask dumb questions, but we do. But also, in addition to not perfect questions, not great questions, this is what happens. Our time in our brain is broken. That's why moving forward for the next 20 minutes, we're only going to do Web 0. Why? Because two amongst our group have a really hard time emailing 12 sentences which answers the simple question, what did you learn? Which is, what did you learn? Where are you trying to learn? Where are you trying to go? Because when it's when it's when it's your ability to bend time. I know that sounds theoretical, but here's what we're doing with gamifying time. You're going to repair your brain with Web 12. Problem, dopamine. What causes dopamine to make your smartphone hurt your brain? Your phone's not so smart. It's really just breaking your brain. Yes, simple. Although yours is even simpler, Neil, but you also have this, Neil, which is every time you talk, it's always something new. That's a symptom of your smartphone broke your brain. Let's do Web 0, which is, can you listen and not constantly chitter chatter, where you may not be interrupting a monologue because this is a vocal monologue, but you are interrupting it by typing and trying to listen at the incorrect times. This is time preference. This is, can you memorize? There's a brand new word in the American lexicon. It's called mushi. And mushi is you memorize and you write it, because it's the repetitions, it's being detail minded. It's still the fact that nobody's put the hashtag except for Duck D's an hour ago for what today is, which is day 14 of what hashtag. That's not correct. That is not correct. Web 0 is not making $0 unless you send a text message. That's not Web 0, because that's not Web 0. This helps. This will help greatly. Is you want to do, you don't want to talk. And you definitely don't want to talk in a way where you just recapped what got said. You want to write the notes down, do it, and then say, I heard this, I did this. Did I execute this correctly? Which is see it, do it, document it. That's Web 0, that's Web 12. Let me repeat that because that's all the value that makes this video the most valuable video you've ever come across, which is you see or hear something, see it, then you do something. So Julian did something on a date, and then he didn't document it. See it, do it, document it. See it, do it, teach it. It's those three things. And get away from those three things, and you're stuck at shocked and attention stolen. Julian was in a video called Two Girls, One Cup of Knowledge. You like that title? Two Girls, One Cup of Knowledge. The game, it's a game. It's a sexual game with no sex. Why? because you're talking to the Casanova of three ways, which is two girls, one Larry Chang. How do I desexualize that? Because I am a Christian and I am quitting three ways. No, I'm not starting four ways. This is how to quit a three way. What we're doing is we're two girls, one book, which is like two girls, one Larry Chang. You see, what we're doing if with two girls, one book, and one Larry Chang is we're sharing one book. She reads 3 minutes, I read 3 minutes, girl two reads 3 minutes. We go 6 minutes without reading, 3 minutes reading. While we're not reading, obviously, we're not allowed to touch our phone. Why are we playing this game? Because the 3 minutes that we're reading will be the most focused minutes ever. Why? Because that's the game that we're playing. It's so fun, which is stop trying to molest me. I'm reading. And then let's say that the flag goes halfway up the pole. Then what we do is we bring the flag down the pole by focusing on the book. What we're doing is we're wiring our brain for chapter 11, Think and Grow Rich, which is sexual energy transmutation. Why? Because on November 12th, the sponsor of my video was my penis, which knowledge activates this. Can you reroute sexual energy into brain energy? You can. That's why in men and women, our third brain is in our seventh chakra. See it, do it, document it. And do you see why Web 12 becomes so powerful? So, what we're going to do to get to Omaha is we're going to write down these 24 sentences as a web page on that website. Or if you don't have a website, I'll publish it at Duck9, which is November 12, because today is November 14, November 12, February 5, May 1, May 2, May 3. That's hashtag 26 days, Grok 4, ducking BK. What the heck? Where is that hashtag? Where's that hashtag? Where's that hashtag? Spittles. Spittles. You missed the drama. You missed the drama of. You missed the drama from Jose Sanders. You missed it. Do you know Jose Sanders? Jose Sanders knows you. Let's go. We're connecting dates. Oh, I know. We're connecting dates in a. I deleted it. We're connecting dates on a map. We're connecting dates on a map. How can you tell if accounts are 5 minutes old? On YouTube, the content creator is basically flying. Oh, yeah, that's what I do too. That's what I do too. But it's hard to do that. Right. Channel activity. I agree. YouTube, okay, we're not going to solve Web 2 problems. We're just going to focus on our things. So, by even thinking about solving the YouTube problem of content curators are flying blind, this is you guys getting to know me. Uber. Uber had a YouTube like problem where the operator was flying blind and having a hard time with CRM. Incredibly hard time onboarding. So, Travis Kalanick, Garrett Camp, Ryan Graves, they kept on saying in their advertising parlance, this is Web 12 before I created it on July 11. I just didn't have a name for it. I just called it an external API, which is why Web 12 is so genius, which is why we're running an external API into Berkshire Hathaway. Because here's another problem: Berkshire Hathaway and Bitcoin can be $1 million. That doesn't automatically make us rich, because that means it took money to make that money. Does that make sense? Uber, their verbiage was about call an Uber. Everything that was in their advertising said stuff like, hey, call an Uber. Where I then asked, well, are you going to provide a phone number? Because you keep on saying call an Uber. And we are like, okay. No phone number to call. Remember, we're solving problems using Web 12. So let's say that that's still a problem, which it sort of is. How would you solve that problem today? That's a question for you guys. Are you better after your timeout? So, what we would do is we would provide a phone number for Uber to call and then text back the code to open up in the iPhone store. Do you see how that's Web 12? Because there is no phone number to call. And now do you understand why my Twitter handle is my phone number, 650-283-8008? Oh, goodness. Duck D's. Is it like investing in gold? You're not really making money when the price goes up, not only protected when the money you already had against inflation. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say to that. So I'll say nothing. My God, this is like a new level of maturity for me. What we're doing here is we're not trying to sell chairs and then buy Bitcoin. We're not trying to steal things out of dumpsters and then sell them in order to buy Berkshire Hathaway. Like, what kind of retarded questions are we asking? This is your last vestiges of trying to not win. Like, this is end game retardation where you're like, okay, we'll just figure out what this guy's thinking so that way we can think and do the right things. Are you serious? Is it like investing in gold? What? That's like saying, oh, I'm going to buy a lot of postage stamps that are forever postage stamps. That way, in the future, when the cost of postage rises, my forever stamps will have that higher value. Whereas today, Larry, they're 72 cents. And in the future, when it's $2.50, I'll only have paid 72 cents. Like, that would have been a more intelligent question, because what in the world are you talking about? You're not really making money when the price goes up? What? You're only just protected the money you already had against inflation. This is your brain on too much Web 2 media. Plus, you don't understand how store of value works because you're mixing up three things: store of value, unit of account, method of exchange. You got the method of exchange and store of value intertwined in your brain is so much in a pretzel that you're saying if you owned gold. So you don't want to delete that comment. You actually want to paste it into this is how retarded I used to be. Because it turns out if you're pretty smart and you're saying this, other people are also probably thinking or saying this. So you take that comment and you put it into TCP/IP. Are you familiar with TCP/IP technology? I call it Web Zero. Some of you call it Emil. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Emil? Email? Email? Oh, it's email? Oh, do you pronounce it as email? So what you do is you take your thing and you put it into email. This is what you do. I used to be retarded. I said this. Larry Chang, who's kind of an ass, he said method of exchange got interspersed with unit of account. And I also fucked up store of value. Store of value, unit of account, method of exchange. Stop. We're not talking about investing in gold. Stop. My God. Okay, so this is perfect. So, Limitless, the book, gold has been repossessed. In fact, that same gold that you own, it's been raped and repossessed 100 times. That same dumb rock. So that rock that you're looking at, that's gotten people SA'd over and over and over again. Which is why that comment is perfect. Because what we're doing, Professor Oak, what's up? I think I remember you from the Cambridge thing. We are having a good time. We are going to get this wagon back on track. We're not worried about spilled ginger ale under the bridge. We're going to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps while not violating the laws of physics. This is how. 3 ways: store of value, unit of account, method of exchange. They correlate to hashtag SOV, hashtag UOA, hashtag MOE. Duck D's, 200 sentences using AI. I used to think the wrong way, the pinned comment. This is the correct way. Because once you understand store of value, unit of account, method of exchange, you'll no longer have your brain in a pretzel because you're super smart, you're super fast with how quickly you drop the hashtag 26 days of Grok 4 ducking bankruptcy. Because what is happening is you're unknowingly with a pretzel brain going bankrupt because you're mixing up the forms of money. And do you see why with the video, which some guys haven't watched yet, which is the 650 versions of fuck you money? Most people have one version of fuck you money, which is having enough money and telling your wife, fuck you, this is wife changing money. Get it? Life changing money? Life changing money's okay. But what's really good is wife changing money. I crack me up. Come back better after your timeout. Come back better. Come back better. And since you're still here, this is how you're going to be better in timeout as you're fuming. Oh, did he just put me in timeout? You see, you don't understand that somebody got rich when crypto took a dump. That would be a room full of Larry Changs and James Ye, YEH, Ye. Somebody talking shit with so much confidence. You talk so much confidence. Welcome back, Rayanne. Welcome back, Rayanne. I'm happy for your confidence, which is when you say crypto took a dump, you're not understanding that Web3, which is crypto, is a phrase that I coined. So when I heard what Web 2 was, I then said, fuck you. Did you just make that up? No, Larry, Web 2. You know, the social web. I'm like, the social web? What's Web 1? World Wide Web? That's not social? Oh, no, Larry, it's social, but it's just not social web. I'm like, I'm looking at a web page that with clickable links that we can have a conversation over, and the document itself, it's like a WordPress, WordSoft document that's social. Our web page is no longer social. Oh no, Larry, Web 2 is going to be a new kind of social web. What do you mean? Social web, social, making money on Web 2 Summit. So when you ask another horrendous question, you don't know what we're talking about. What what hashtag am I talking about? What hashtag am I talking about? Remember, this is stand-up comedy. I'm laughing at you because your question is a go to bankruptcy immediately question. It's an immediate bankruptcy question. You're literally flying high, and then, oh, you're like a woke pilot who got your altimeter mixed up. What's the hashtag, Jake, that we're talking about? What's the hashtag that we're talking about? Because that's not you. That's a problem. What's the hashtag that we're talking about? What's the hashtag that I'm talking about? It's I'll give you a hint. Ducking BK. Why is it Duck D's? Why is it just Duck D's? CJ Taylor, you're proving the point during the video. Have you seen where a woman is being explained Adam and Eve, and then the guy goes, "Oh, well, Jesus and God said this is what you get. You get all your dreams fulfilled. You just have to listen to God." And the woman's like, "Oh, no, I'm going to go ahead and listen to the serpent." And then she she eats the fruit, and then now they're fucked. End of story. And the woman goes, "Is there more to the story?" And then the guy goes, "That's the point of the story." And then she goes, "Oh, I just thought there'd be more." Where, what? You already got everything in heaven, and you just thought that there would be more. And then all the guys just point at her and just laugh. Because what we're doing here is witnessing a bankruptcy lifetime. Here we go. Here's another question leading to bankruptcy. Saudi Arabia accepting yuan from China for oil. First time in history, deal was done in a currency other than the US dollar. Signs of forecasted weakness for the dollar. So, what you're talking about is the electrodollar and the petrodollar, with swaps happening, not passing through US currency. The end conclusion to your question is all leading to bankruptcy. One, this is why Web 4 is fiat striking back, because similar to the unit of account, store of value, method of exchange question that you thought they were dumb for asking, this is similarly dumb in a different vein, because the US dollar with a petrodollar doesn't have that much to gain or lose when the transaction happened super fast. It's not like American Express lost 2.6%. That trade was still a straight trade. Uh-oh. Rut-row. 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 We have a robot. That's okay. What you want to do is just not constantly participate and get your dopamine. This is your new dopamine, which is laughing at Jake Taylor for this. We made the intention to make 90 minutes incredibly astute and valuable. Why? Because we were going to go to Omaha and attend Berkshire Hathaway for the first time and not have to pay $5,000. Instead, we've been distracted by, oh my God, I met Larry Chang. He seems super smart. Because you thinking that the US dollar is going to erode because of that, you're not understanding the dollar milkshake theory by Brent Miller. The collapsing Saudi and Chinese currencies have a collapse rate because, not that they do trade, which is method of exchange, their store of value is in fiat, where you kind of laughed at the gold question from Duck D's. Again, you're doubling down on your ADD, which is elevated status as the dominant currency in a global market. What is the petrodollar added with? You're mixing method of exchange, which is your Saudi to China yuan transaction, while not understanding the only thing that matters is store of value. Unit of account and method of exchange, those are fine. You could even do barter, okay? What happens when Amish people swap out furniture? Is that going to cause the US currency to collapse? No. Do you see how this video itself is what you sell to everybody at Berkshire Hathaway who asks these same things? Ditto, is stablecoin going to be the end all be all? Which is all a stablecoin is tethered to a dying US dollar. Do you see how all these things are valuable for people that are going to be attending Berkshire Hathaway? Because everyone's also assuming your initial question, which was genius, and now you're watering it down, which is Charlie and Warren are no longer there. Is this thing going to suck? No, it's going to be amazing, but your brain, Adam's brain, Neil's brain, and my brain are currently sucking because I'm hanging out in a room of retards. Does that help? Did that help? Less with random stuff, more with specific stuff. So less shit talk, more quality listening. So Jake, your initial question was the awesome question, which had the value, whereas the other questions each require 20 sentences in an email to me, Larry@mycompany.com, where you take just like the gold question that Duck D's has, and then you turn it into 20 sentences of what I said. And coincidentally, you guys both got confused with store of value, which is reserve currency, and then the secondary component of method of exchange unit account got you slightly confused. It helped, right? The value of this video is the fact that today is day 14, aka November 14. And we're actually getting significantly better doing what? We're significantly better because we're connecting November 14 to May 1, May 2, and May 3rd. And now we're trying to self-fund our trip from here to Omaha, which is where Berkshire Hathaway is. First person to correctly put the hashtag not named DD gets to send me a gift card. Hashtag blah, 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 blah. Ducking BK. What is that hashtag? While you're looking at your notes for your hashtag, Good job. Good job. That should self-fund you to Omaha. Why? Because you've never used Web 12 to get a free vacation. Why? Because you're trying to do too much and too little with Web 12. You need to have it do something specific, which is how does day 14 get me on my free vacation? Earlier, we did CS 183 Art Basel, ARTBASEL. What also we're doing, which is unique, is helping Leroy Jenkins and some other guy do email, which is Web 0. Fuck email. This is our new Web 0. We're writing me snail mail, address Larry Chang, Duck 9. The company's called Duck 9. The company address is called 2021 Midwest Road, second floor, suite 200, Oak Brook, Illinois, 60521. You see, making money is a time problem because most people's business model is they only know how to make money one way, which is renting out their time to DoorDash and getting paid per hour. Where they want to get paid every Thursday, they want to get paid every day, meaning as soon as they work an hour, they want to get paid an hour, kind of like a rat at a feeder. But guess what? The richest people amongst us, they have something called time preference. Can you write a letter to people and then wait for that piece of mail to arrive and then get a response? Because the exercise we're going to do after I urinate is going to be the most jaw dropping, most valuable exercise. No, OpenAI is going bankrupt, but we're using Grok 4 to duck bankruptcy for OpenAI and us. So we're avoiding bankruptcy. And you. And you, because you're in danger too. Oh, yeah, you are. Woo-wee! Someone dropped the biggest food baby ever. And guess who knew I was gonna? My dog. He must have smelled a turtle head popping because I didn't even need to fart before I dropped a turd. Tom Brady must have smelled, hey, I bet he's got a poo. Let's go smell poo. That would be Tom Brady. 26 days of Grok 4 ducking bankruptcy. You see, we're using Grok 4 so that way we don't go bankrupt. No, it's not the coffee. No, it's not the coffee. What? We don't use coffee as a diuretic. That's Health Treasure. That's Larry Chang has 4 brains: brain, stomach, penis, and butt. 4 brains. So, what we're gamifying is the money game using day 14, which is today, November 14. You see, November 14 is going to connect to November 20th, Thursday, 4 seasons, 1435 Brickle. First person to send me a gift to 1435 Brickle, Miami, Larry Chang, 33131. 33131. Because what is hilarious, because this is, after all, stand-up comedy, is sugar daddies causing bankruptcy. What? A person giving you money as a sugar daddy causes you to go bankrupt? Yes. That's day 15, hashtag 23 days of OpenAI at SXSW. Now, before you think I'm just saying random numbers just to be purposefully an asshole, thank you for telling me that your father left you. Because if you thought, hey, Larry's quickly going to explain why March 15 connects to November 15, which is March 15, joke party, reverse sugar daddy. That's a party where normal sugar daddy is normal sugar daddy. Reverse sugar daddy is where we hang out. You are a female. You're a woman older than 22 years old, and you're approximately younger than 23. Now you're in a reverse sugar daddy situation. Oh, this is actually the best way to start a business. This is the best way to start a business is reverse sugar daddy. You see, most people think you need investment to start a business. Most people think you need a good idea to start a business. Do I look like I'm a VC who's just going to give you venture capital when you tell me an idea with your sweet, 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 sweet dimples and cute face? Thank you for the selfies, by the way. You're dirty. Which is us connecting March 15 to November 15 to May 1, May 2, May 3, connected to March 7, which is a film release party. Because what we're doing here is we're doing Web 12. We're doing Web 12. Are you familiar with Web 12? So Web 12 is Web 2, Web 1, in that order. Because Web 1 is internet web pages. Web 2 is this shit show, which is social media. How many people have complained about social media yet hammer it like 4 hours a day. Earlier, we talked about having a goal where we're no longer going to be consumers of Web 2. Nope, we're going to make social media, we're going to make Web 12. That's the genius of November 15, which is November 15. Sugar Daddy is causing me to go bankrupt. Simultaneously on March 15, after Reverse Sugar Daddy, future blonde billionaire, current blonde multimillionaire Shelby Sapp, forks up, said, "Your sugar daddy is causing you to go bankrupt." I'm like, Shelby, are we of the exact same mind, coming up with the exact same genius shit? Or are you copying me? I'm going to go with we're coming up with genius shit using something called multiple site discovery. Multiple site discovery. Less moderating other people, more fixing your own brain, Neil. Because I've been asking questions hoping that you'd answer, and you're talking shit to the peanut gallery that's probably a dude pretending to be a girl, pretending to be a girl gamer. Busted. Hashtag busted. Is my dog Fluffy? Is he fluffy? Pretty. You want me to do eye drops? Want me to do eye drops? I'll take from that growl. That's a yes. So less moderating other people, more moderating our own bank account. Don't you still owe me 24 sentences? Wait, you owe me, aka us, 10 web pages. Someone's at 0 web pages. Oh, look. Oh, look. Blonde billionaire coming out of the shoe. Blonde billionaire, middle 8 figures. Middle 8 figures. In Silicon Valley, it's called Booth Babe to Blonde Billionaire, where you used to be working in a booth and then boom, you're a blonde billionaire because I AI'd your brain. Asian intelligented your brain. With repairing our brain, the broken component is time. Time from loading and then exploding. Where the load and the explode, for example, snail mail, it's not immediate. So needing immediate gratification causes you to be bankrupt. That's why November 15 is your sugar daddy is causing you to go bankrupt. Did I just explain why communism works never at 0.0% of the time? Because what is communism other than the government is your sugar daddy? Here's the problem that every communist regime faces when the truth seeps out, which is our economy grinded to a halt because we had questions about 2 things: whom to ask and who is going to do the work. Who and whom are the problem? Who and whom are the problem? I'm gonna put you in a quick timeout. because you're a robot, where it's being a woman pretending to be a man pretending to be a woman, because nobody says, "Oh yeah, I live alone, I cook and clean, meow meow meow." Okay, that's not how women talk. That's not how women talk. It's like how a woman would talk if they were pretending to be a man, which is okay, which is okay, which is okay. Somebody's angry. Hey, how about settle down? How about settle down? Huh? That's right, buddy. You're such a good dog. Oh. Which is, after your timeout, prove to us you're not a robot. And it's okay if you're going to be that way. Just tell us what pronouns we should be using, because I would like to know your pronouns. I would also like non robots, but as a human, tell me what pronouns you'd like. And optional is tell us what prior pronouns you've used, if you want, if you're so comfortable. So what we're doing with time and compression is we're in essence using the cheat code of Web 12, is time and space and time within chapter 11 of Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural. You guys, how fluffy does Tom Brady look right now? Brady, you want to show people how good looking you are? VP chiming in right on cue with the with the with the gender swap. Right on cue. We're doing Friday comedy. How are you? Feel free to double like, so that way you're flashing the like button, or even triple like it, so that way you unlike and then like and then re-like, so that way we're back to square zero talking about Web 0 from Web 12. So Web 0, quickly, all the webs. Web 1 is the World Wide Web. Web 2 is social web. Web 12 is us solving Web 2's problems, where we don't just consume Web 2 media, we're creating it via web pages that are infused with money. We've talked about 7-Eleven Day. We've talked about Web 12. We've talked about May 1, May 2, May 3rd. We've planned out, dare I say, treasure mapped out Web 12. How February 5th, Super Bowl week, connects to November 15, which is Sugar Daddy Day. See? See? We were right. We were right. You looking at my webcam, you see my beard and potato chip crumbs covered shirt covering my fat belly. Busted. Busted. Although now I'm even more confused because now I know that you're a girl, because that's not how guys talk. Guys would have sold, oh no, I'm a girl, blah blah blah. But then now Colette has entered the Web 123. What's Web 123? Well, we came up with that yesterday, and I kind of want to keep it hidden because Web 123 is basically Web 123, but it sounds like Web 123. What's Web 123? Let's first look at some of the basics, which is Web 2. And then after I heard what Web 2 was, I was like, fuck you, Web 2. Let's do Web 3, Web 4, Web 5. What's Web 3? I have no idea, but I bet it sucks because Web 2 is bullshit. Web 4 is, I don't know. And then after Web 5, we're going to be tired of web. True enough, I got lucky, and Web 5 was solving what Web 1 didn't have, which is bit gold. In both of your guys' genius questions of the one paragraph that you dropped, this one, screenshot, elevated status for the dominant currency in the global market, what is the petrodollar aided with? And this one, the Saudi Arabia trading the yuan from China, oil first, mitigate the dollar, signs of forecast weakness for the dollar. Ditto is Web 12 like investing in gold. You're not really making money. When the price goes up, you're only protecting the money you already lost against inflation. What Web 5 is helping you understand the three components of Web 5, which are all money: store of value, method of exchange, unit of account. Once you have all these webs and the subcategory within Web 5, you now understand this truth, which helps you understand everything about money. You don't need to risk money to make money. You definitely don't need to risk credit to make money, which I learned yesterday that someone would even confuse money out with money in. It turns out confusing money in with money out is actually common. Let me repeat that. We're in such an anti-gravity environment that people often confuse unit of account, store of value, method of exchange, but they also confuse expense versus revenue, where people don't know that venture capital is not revenue. This is not advanced accounting. This is not Larry Chang supplanting David Duncan, supplanting the dude who caught Enron, Richard Schrenk, supplanting Ernst & Young, circumventing Arthur Anderson, rising above PricewaterhouseCoopers. This is understanding Web 2, social web. Web 3, permanently broken. Crypto is a shit show of shit. Ditto stable coins tethered to the US dollar, which is like anchoring yourself to a dying thing. The more money the United States prints, the more the US dollar rises in value. And that's Web 4, because the noodle baking concept is Web 4 is older than Web 1, which is two computers talking to computers about money exchanging hands. When people say that Web 5 is God's money or thank Jesus Christ for Bitcoin, fucking with the money supply has been a problem since Jesus Christ times, where he got angry that money traders were in God's temple changing money. Why do you have to change money? And why is it profitable? It's profitable because there's a spread. And that's why we haven't been in capitalism since 1913. We've been in a version of capitalism headed towards the known conclusion, which is what happens at the end of every Web 4. Because before computers talking to computers about how much money is being transacted, that was also Web 0, where you would write it on a piece of paper that I owe you 380 million Deutschmark. We're in hyperinflation. We're owning gold. How are we going bankrupt owning gold? Web 12. Web 12 is not us gossiping about macro conditions. Macro being macroeconomic, macro being why is everyone forced to be a portfolio manager if we've got $225,000 that we're working with in the market? Forcing everyone to be a portfolio manager is incredibly inefficient, but we're forced to do the money trading. Why? Because we're living in anti-gravity times. Remember, the more dollars the United States prints, the higher the value of the US dollar goes. Why? The Kennelon effect for money. That's a macro problem, but micro-wise, it's a solution. Why? Because we are not yet billionaires. Well, you're not a billionaire. You're not even a millionaire yet. You might make 600K, but you're not a multi-millionaire. Most people en route to bankruptcy make this mistake, which is I'm going to leverage up my leverage and fuck my collateral, fuck my liquidity. We're living in an environment where it's a giant movie theater that we're living in, but there are very small exits. So we're going to have a hard time exiting the system. Have you heard of the Great Reset? Have you heard of we need to exit? Have you heard of, oh, when the unemployment rate hits 40%, then people will reset their expectations? This is why certain movements have been very big, which is certain people gaining a surprising amount of gall and leeway when they break laws. That's by design, where you let people break laws in order to demoralize the citizens. Why? Because you need the citizens softer so that way they're less psychologically able to operate. You psyop them into slavery, more than the existing. What we're doing here is we're doing Web 0. We're really connecting Colette. We're really connecting VP by sending a real email or a real text. So that way, this relationship becomes Web 12, where you've been in prior videos. Why don't you email me the impressions that you have? Why don't we turn this one-way monologue into a two-way conversation? And then you ask, hey, can I use Web 12 to get a free vacation? And then that answer would be yes. And then you'd be like, wow, these 90 minutes have been absolutely amazing. I'm going to learn how to email. Whereas this one guy's email was 3 sentences in the subject line. This person had never emailed before in his life. It's 24 sentences, subject line, 2 girls, 1 book. Subject line, 1 girl, 1 book, 1 Julian, and then 24 sentences. 8 on what they ate on 2 girls, 1 cup, 8 on 1 girl, 1 book, and then 8 more sentences on that. That's what I think. I think you should skip the like button or hit it twice. You better hurry. This video's ending. You better hurry. You better hurry. Hit, hit, hit. It's three sets of 8 sentences. It's 3 sets of 8 sentences. It's 3 sets of 8 sentences. It's sentence set 1, which is original video. See it? This is the video I saw. Do it. Hey, Larry, I did it. I brought a book on a date. And then, or cool story, bro. Cool story. No, not LOL. It's cool story, bro. Why are you here and not hitting that like button? I can tell you're not liking it, and that's a problem. Brady, time to walk and time to vagina. Time to vagina. It's time to vagina, Brady. Brady, I do such a good job taking care of you. Brady, you're so cute. You're so cute. You're so cute. What we're also doing is we are so every time you talk, you're trying to go biggest picture. So the way to solve the 40% unemployment problem is, where is your work? And why is your brain on something new, always something new, always something new? How can people prepare? That's such a macro, ginormously huge question. I think the way we can prepare for it is to protect our egg, our eggs, and go get 7 figures of eggs, where we don't risk egg to make egg. Remember, when I said you don't need to risk money to make money, you said, oh, okay, I'll borrow money to make money. You said that. So when you say, how will people prepare for 40% unemployment? Know that people are going to have a hard time surviving, because people have a hard time understanding money out versus money in, because people are low on oxygen, because it's topsy-turvy. Earlier, we were getting simple stuff confused, which is money as a store of value, money as a unit of account, money as a method of exchange. We were getting confused within those three simple things. So if we're messing up money in, money out, we're messing up how is money a store of value. Some of us have also mixed up the liking button. Some of us have also juxtaposed Colette, so genius. Colette, so genius. Colette, so genius. So genius. So genius. Someone just explained why every war is a banker's war. Every war is a war to benefit a banker. Have you heard that? Every war is a banker's war. And then they try to like code up COVID to kill 40% of the population. And then the dirty homeless Americans were like, nah, we're going to antibody ourselves. And then nobody died. In fact, the fatality rate actually dropped during COVID. I mean, long term, it's going to kind of maybe mess people up. Colette says 2 countries call each other and ask, could your country losing 40% of its population help with the economy in your land? Both agree, and 40% unemployment rate is solved. True story. True story. True story. Also, true story. When people regurgitate me back to me, I'm always like, yeah. So every world war, especially the Sam Raimi movie, which is not the Thin Red Line. When we were soldiers once and young, basically every world war, the property lines, the country lines don't change. The effect was the bankers made more money and 40% of the people got killed. Sam Raimi's movie about World War One. Brady, you're so fluffy. 1917. Because in 1913, Jesus Christ, what a shit show of a year that was. How many do you think they got with that jab? A lot. At Bully Traders, I'm afraid of accountability. Now I'm back to thinking you're for sure a woman. No, you kind of sound like a beta dude talking like that. And also the pink kind of sells the fact that you're a girl. The pink sells it. So it's a guy. So it's a guy that doesn't like accountability. I want to start a business where I sell puppy hair. My dog doesn't shed. Yeah, that's why he needs to be brushed so that way all the hair hits the brush. Brady, you sound like a snorter. You sound like a snorter when you snort like this. Oh, you're so fluffy. Brady, you smell so fresh. You smell like a fresh puppy. Hey, Brady, what do I smell like? What do I smell like? Huh? What do I smell like? Huh? I showered today with apple cider vinegar. Does my hair smell like apple cider vinegar or apple vinegar? It is apple cider vinegar. How do I smell? Do I smell like a gross human? Hey, Brady, Let's walk and meet. Let's walk and meet hot women. Pretty vagina. Hey Brady, do you know I spend like 30 minutes a day? You want more? One more? Brady, you're plenty fluffy already. You're like a little brush whore. Hey Brady, when you meet dogs, if you wag your tail this much, dogs would like you. All right, Brady, I'm tired. You want to do the other side? Want to do the other side? Whoa. Are you done? Are you done? This side's fine. Ambidextrous brushing or amphibious. Don't jump, Brady. You're going to fall. You're going to fall. You're going to fall, and then you're going to break a nail. True story. I dropped Brady from not even 4 feet. He stubbed his toe in the concrete, bled. Are we side chatting about sending me a text? Ooh, this is a good one. Web 0, Web 3. So the problem with Web 3, which is kind of hilarious, it's hilarious and we can profit from it, which is this. Web 3. Before, finding dates was a decentralized process. What do I mean by decentralized? I mean, anybody could sleep with anybody so long as they met them in their city. Basically, decentralized. No accountability except for maybe a little of slut shaming, but basically, it was massively decentralized. Now, it's the opposite. It's incredibly centralized. The men that are angry that don't date, they call it the globalized sexual marketplace. What they do by saying that is they say they don't understand centralization and decentralization. But I understand why they would call it that, which is incorrect, which is the global centralized, the global sexual marketplace. What dating apps did was centralize it. And it's so natural, Neil, to moderate other people, but sway from that and moderate your own bank account, moderate your own brain, moderate your bank account, because you making $2,000 and being a little too happy with it causes you to want to moderate other people, which is going to make you feel good, but it's not going to help. Yeah, I am happy that you unliked that, because that's your effort to say thank you. Where instead of saying thank you, you did some beta male things. I'm watching thank you for unliking it because you thought you got demoted by losing your moderator status, and you thought you're giving me feedback by taking away a like. Are you trying to make money like a under 22-year-old girl? Are you? You are. Do you see how I'm going to throw you into Omaha kicking and screaming because I'm watching how you operate within Web 2. You got angry that I took away your moderation. You got angry that I disciplined your brain and your bank account from trying to mentor Colette. Exactly. Exactly. Let's keep winning. Let's keep winning. Let's keep winning by trying to play like and unlike games. Okay, but you can see how when the like button drops from 14 to 11, it's not moving your bank account in that direction. Has this video been of value? Because I promised 90 minutes and I'm almost 30 minutes over the 90, right? Almost 30 over. So, to finish the dating thing, which we don't even need to, but basically a dating app is decentralized, is centralized, where the solution is dating. What's in the background? Problem. Ooh, this is a juicy one. September 14, 2015. That's a problem. I'll let you solve it. You'll figure it out.